Number 6, Danny Buck. Alongside of him, the Marvel Welding. Pioneer Pole Buildings number 1 is Billy Pouch Jr. Third row to the inside, driving car, the Conover Construction, Prime Design Landscapes, Quality Drywall, number 20C, Cole Stengel. Alongside of him, the Freedom & Sons Contracting, number 29, Ryan Krachin. Fourth row to the inside, the Active Disposal, Ace Materials, number 6, Matt Stengel. And alongside of him, the Izzy Trucking and Rigging, number 24, his first career win here a few weeks ago, is Sam Martz Jr. Fifth and final row on the inside will be the driver of the Kellys on Bridge, Scrappy's Auto Service, number 11, Danny Heber. And alongside of him, the Hoffman Discount Parts, Ford's Outdoor Power Equipment, number 28F, is Stan Frankenfield Jr. First of 3 heats. Here come the mighty modifieds for the Bob Hilbert Sportswear Short Track Super Series. Into the turn. These will be 8-lap heats. Will qualify 6 and go to the redraw. And Mahaney will go down out of turn number 2.
On a turn number 4 this time. Mahaney on the top side. Letting go down right there. The kids get 50 pounds in the Bible number 1 car. Looks into the number 3 spot. He looks over his left shoulder. There sits Danny Buck in the Baby R Speed number 6 car. Ryan Krachin down the back straightaway in the Amwell Auto Body number 29.
Krachin now trying to move in on Danny Buck. Danny Buck holding down the last redraw spot. Here comes Krachin. Krachin to the inside of Buck. They'll drag race down the front straightaway. Krachin pulling the slider of Buck. They'll try to go back under him. No dice.
Remember, 6 cars qualify back there in the hot seat right now is the number 20 car, Cole Stengel. Stengel back there, spot number 5. He's got, of course, Matty Ice, Matt Stengel right there in tow for spot number 7. One spot for transferring. It's a battle of the Stengels.
Yeah, indeed. Now we got the 29 Ryan Krachin up to the 4th spot. That's the last redraw spot, followed by Buck. Then Cole Stengel, Matt Stengel, not yet to a qualifying spot. Sammy Martz Jr. likewise behind him, working through the corner. Up front, leading the way, Mike Mahaney.
Stretching things out as Mahaney on a turn number 2 down the back straightaway with about a 10-car length gap on Ryan Go down the Izzy Trucking and Rigging 26 car. Third spot right now, the kids kid Billy Pouch Jr. in the number 1. Fourth spot is the 29 of Krachin. Buck is 5th. Cole Stengel is 6th. One spot for transferring. Matty Ice, Matt Stengel, and Sammy Martz Jr. The Izzy Trucking and Rigging 2 spots from the starting lineup.
This time by the 2-lap signal from series starter Joe Chris. Mike Mahaney with a comfortable lead right now in the George Huddick Adirondack Motor number 35 out in front of the pack. The Izzy Trucking and Rigging 26 of Ryan Go down running the number 2 spot, followed by the kids kid Billy Pouch Jr. in 3rd, and then we got the 29 of Ryan Krachin.
Good battle back in the tail side of the pack. Too bad it don't last. The 28 of Frankenfield and the number 11 of Danny Heber. Heber's first visit, the 2024 campaign aboard the number 11 Mount. White flag is out. We're coming down to the checkered flag of heat number 1 this time by.
Yeah, that was the Barron's Performance Warehouse white flag. We're going to get the Sunoco checkered flag for Mike Mahaney. Mahaney takes the win over Go Down, Pouch, Krachin, Danny Buck, and the 20C of Cole Stengel will be your final qualifier. Heat race number 1 into the record books for the Danny's Pizza Pizzazz Modifieds on the New Jersey Quality Drywall South region for the Short Track Super Series. Taking home the win, the 35 is Mike Mahaney. Mahaney taking home the win in heat number 1. Runner-up spot will go to the 26 Ryan Go down. 3rd, the number 1 Billy Pouch Jr. and 4th will be the 29 of Ryan Krachin. They will go to the redraw. Qualifying 6th, the 6th Danny Buck, and 7th, the 20C is Cole Stengel. Lineup for heat race number 2, pole position in the auto gallery. Number 21W out of Milford, Delaware, Jordan Watson. And alongside of him, driving the Northeastern Office Equipment, Polack Farms, number 60 from Bohemia, New York, it's Dylan Stoyard. Second row to the inside, driving in the Westmoreland Golf Club, Herlock Auto and Speed, Gibbons Produce, Kibblehouse Family, number 9S, out of Savannah, New York, Matt Shepard. Alongside of him, out of Sprakers, New York, the ATL Fuel Cell Hot Lap Hero, the Hallmark 44 is Stuart Friesen. Row number 3 to the inside, driving the Harry G. Pullet 44 out of Wind Gap, Frank Cozy. Alongside of him, the Barron's Performance Warehouse number 3 is Matt Williamson. 4th row to the inside, the Miller Pole Line Construction, 28 out of Moncton, Pennsylvania, Michael Storms. Alongside of him in the Conestoga Valley Custom Kitchens 2A, Mike Gooler. Final row, the Premio Foods number 81, Billy Osmond III, and the Watson Realty Group 1J from Milford, Delaware, defending champion Jordan Watson.
Here we come on a turn number 4 right now. Watson front and tail side. Both Watsons in the same qualifying heat event. And Watson way up the banking, thrilling Dylan Stoyer Down the back straightaway, 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Wow, baby, watch Halmar's 44. Freeze it off to the inside line.
Here they come off the turn. Stoyer heading into the corner as the leader, followed by Watson, then the 44, Friesen, Shepard, and Williamson. This one's loaded for Bear. Down the back straightaway, we've got the 9S of Shepard in the hot seat, if you will, in the last redraw spot, followed by Money Matt Williamson. And here comes the veteran Frank Cozy.
Cozy's on the inside, got more lap time here at Speedway this season than does Matt Williamson. Williamson up the banking right now. Meanwhile, Watson off the upper rung, down the back straightaway into the number 2 spot. Thrill and Dylan Stoyer, the tallest driver at the Speedway tonight, holds on to the number 1 slot.
Here comes Shepard. He pulled a slider on the 44 of Friesen, picking up 3rd spot. He'll go after JoJo Watson now. Watson down the back straightaway, had a couple of feature wins here last season. This year, winner at Del Mar into the turn. We've got Shepard with a wicked slider on Watson. He goes to 2nd.
Shepard on the outside, but Watson grabbing the reins into the number 2 position. Up the outside rung he rides, and Shepard's right back down at him. Side by side, the backstretch drag races on for the bridesmaid spot of the Speedway. Shepard doesn't back out. The Hurlock Auto and Speed Car grabs the number 2 spot. For how long?
Yeah, here comes Watson and Shepard back and forth. Friesen still 4th, the last redraw spot. Then we got Williamson in 5th, Cozy's in 6th, followed by the 28 of Michael Storms, then Mike Cooler, Jordan Watson, and Billy Osmond to 3rd. Up front, Dylan Stoyer still leading with 2 to go.
Thrill and Dylan Stoyer holds on to the number 1 spot. Remember, on the hot seat right now, final transfer spot. The Harley Shoe pulling 44 from Wing Gap. That is Frank Cozy. Cozy back there in slot number 6. Can't close the gap on Mega Money Matt Williamson, the Barron's number 3 car. Again, the 3rd place going up for a jingle. Wow, Stoyer! Stoyer's power plant goes bye-bye. And that right there is about a $30,000 puff of smoke. You got to go to whiff of it. That's the smell of burning money. It's legal to whiff it, but it brings tears to the eyes if you're the owner of that power plant. Jeff?
Yeah, not a good sign for Dylan Stoyer. I was going to mention at the end of this heat race that different motor combinations are used on the Short Track Super Series, and helping out with the pre-tech prior to the show, we get to see all the different motor combinations, which are relegated by the different weight combinations. We have 5 drivers in the field today running a spec 358 small block, which is Pennsylvania, New Jersey legal spec small block, and that was one of the drivers. Dylan Stoyer had a spec small block racing against the open small blocks, the big blocks, and 11 drivers today have one of the Weekend Warrior Wagner 427s under the hood. So that spec small block was sort of spanking them, so to speak, in this heat race, but unfortunately, it did not last for Dylan Stoyer. Heartbreaker for him.
Probably take a head off of that car right now. There's a whole lot of little specs inside that spec power plant.
Unfortunately. So now we've got your leader will be Matt Shepard. Matt is picking the top. Boy, some wicked sliders going on there between Shepard and JoJo Watson. Shepard picking the top, Watson on the bottom. Friesen and now Matt Williamson will advance to 4th. 2 laps to go, green-white checker.
Here we come out of turn number 4 this time. Shepard sets the pace in the West Portland Golf Club. Back up to the number 1 spot. Wow, Mega Money Matt Williamson down to the inside against JoJo Watson. Watson, shoot, get away. Down the back straightaway, takes the Auto Gallery 21 car into the number 2 spot. Here comes Friesen.
Yeah, Williamson got by Friesen on the restart. He went down low to block off a Friesen slider, but Friesen's under him, going into 1. Oh, whoops. They get together. They hook together, and their bumpers are locked together. Unbelievable. We're going to have to go yellow. Yellow is out with 1 lap to go.
Well, that's a racing whoopsie-daisy if we ever saw one. Friesen, the 44, locked horns with Matt Williamson. And now look what you did.
Oh, boy. I'm sure the 2 of them will not be happy with one another. Battling. They both were in a qualified spot. They both were in a redraw spot. And they are tangled together, bumper to bumper, front to back on the backstretch.
Well, Jeff, we've got at least 4.5 grooves of racing in the turns here at Bridgeport, like we do every Saturday night. Friesen went in low, and she just didn't stick as tight as he wanted her to, and she started to slide up the banking a little bit. When she slid up the banking, right there sat the number 3 car, and he locked horns, not unintentionally, of course, but he didn't realize that the car was not going to stick like Elmer's like he'd hoped it to, going in low on the inside of 1.
Yeah, well, a lot of times with slide jobs, and you'll see it mostly in sprint car racing, when the guy performing the slide job does it, the guy being slid will sort of back out of it or tap the brake and then do the dive bomb underneath, and that sort of didn't happen, and Stu slid up, and they sort of, it so innocently touched together, but they just touched together at the wrong spot, and one hooked the rear bumper to the front bumper.
We're used to seeing those slide jobs all night long, every Saturday night here at Bridgeport, but there's 2 outside runners that have had very little track time on the newly configured track here at Bridgeport, so they don't quite know that that kind of an instance could happen out there when they're there. So Matt Williamson just hung right in there and stayed into it and didn't back out of it. There's the end result right there. I think Bridgeport is about the only track I've ever seen where we race through the turns and we relax on the straightaways.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it.
Exactly opposite, right?
Absolutely love it.
So Shepard and Watson are 1 and 2. Benefiting from that now will be Michael Storms moving to 3rd, Frank Cozy moving to 4th. They get the last 2 redraw spots for now, and the last 2 qualifying spots will be Jordan Watson and Billy Osmond the 3rd. Now, Friesen and Williamson will rejoin the way it looks. We'll see how many spots they can grab in the final lap, whether or not they're able to get back to the top 6 or not. But if they don't, that will be an interesting consolation.
You want to see some fancy race driving, probably the biggest 4/10 of a mile shakeup you'll see right now is this last and final lap, with Friesen knowing he wants to get a starting spot via the qualifying heat. Doesn't want to go into a last chance qualifier or anything like that. So you can bet that Friesen's pulling out all the stops to get up into spot number 6. Who is going to be the victim of that maneuver?
Yeah, Stuart Friesen, the all-time winningest driver in short track Super Series competition, has looked like he had the firecracker 50 at Fonda in his hip pocket till a flat tire took him out of contention, and then looked like Matt Williamson, who was running second, was going to win. Then Matt Shepard took over late in the race. Great battle between those 3 at Fonda, so we'll see what happens here. We've got 1 lap to go. Shepard on the top, green, then checker. Here they come.
On a turn number 4 this time. Shepard on the top side, picking up the number 1 spot. Our eyes are back here at the tail side. Here comes Friesen up to the upper rung. Beep, beep, bye-bye. Right now he's in slot number 7. Here you go, 1 more spot to go. He's up to the outside of the Premio Sausage 81 car. Uh-oh, that's a little bit too high. Can he make it? Can he make it? Yes, he can! Wow, Friesen by a whisker at the wire for spot number 6. Jeff, the rundown of that one. Let's Shepard, of course, in the lead step. Second spot was JoJo Watson. Third was Cozy, followed by the Storm Chaser, Michael Storms, Jordan Watson, and then Stuart Friesen. That right there was worth the price of admission. Matter of fact, I bet the majority of the people here tonight are going to be throwing an extra $10 bill into the ticket booth going away out.
I don't know about that.
You don't see that kind of racing nowhere else.
All right, heat number 2, your winning driver, the 9S, Matt Shepard, taking the Sunoco checker. The 21W, Jordan Watson grabs second to 44. Frank Cozy will be third to 28. Michael Storms fourth. They will go to the redraw. Fifth, the 1J, Jordan Watson. And after a bonsai move around the outside on the final lap to 44, Stuart Friesen grabs sixth position. Heat 3 lining up this way, driving the Prime Design Landscapes. RG Hoffman Electric 27 out of Schnecksville, PA. That's Tanner Van Doren alongside of him in the Chrysler Electrical Contracting. Tuckahoe Turf Farm 0 out of Pittsgrove. The wheel, Neil Williams. Second row inside, the IG Burton Yellow Ships number 30. H.J. Bunning alongside of him. The Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Vinny Salerno number 4. Anthony Perego. Third row, the Millman's Napa Auto Parts Easy Work Trucks 84Y, Alex Jankowski alongside of him. The Dimension Overhead Doors number 7, Rick Laubach. Fourth row, the Ronnie's Auto Repair 14W, Ryan Watt alongside of him. The Grasso Homes 32, Brandon Grasso. The final starting spot, the France Garage Sakani's Pizza number 2, Mike France. Here they come.
Youngest driver in the pack is your pole sitter right now, Tanner Van Doren from Schnecksville, Pennsylvania. The Prime Design Landscapes car has the lead at the number 1 spot. Nope. Erase.
Joe said no. Joe Chris, Short Track Super Series starter, did not like the start. You see the two signs out there, start and restart. That is the Sunoco starting zone. You must wait until the second sign to go on the initial start. Here they come.
All right, try once again, take 2, qualifying heat number 3. Again, Van Doren takes off into the number 1 spot, the 0. Neil the Wheel out to the inside, battling for spot number 2. Then look at Kid Giddyap down the back straightaway. Anthony Perego. Perego's down to the inside, 3 wide coming out of turn number 4.
Here they come off the corner. Looks like Ryan Watt might be having an issue up front. Tanner Van Doren's got the lead into the turn. We got Perego now battling with Neil Williams off the turn side by side for the number 2 spot right now. Neil the Wheel holding on to second.
Hot seat spot right now being occupied by Brandon Grosso, the Grosso Homes number 32 car. He's got Scooby Rick Laubach right there in his heels with the mix over at Doors car. 1 spot from transferring again. All 3 lanes of traffic being used on a turn number 2. It's going to be Perego, the Ant-Man, works in the spot number 3. The battle is on for slot number 4. Looks like Kid Rocket will take that head on.
Here comes Yankowski. He'll go to the inside of H.J. Bunning off the corner down the straightaway. And Alex Yankowski hitting by Bunning. Bunning trying to slide job to get back under him. No dice that time down the back straightaway. H.J. Bunning battling it out now into the turn. Here comes another slider. It's Anthony Perego moving by Neil Williams.
Hussain Farm 0 car. That is, of course, Neil the Wheel will impact up into the number 2 spot right now. But Perego right back at him down the back straightaway. Kid Rocket Yankowski back in spot number 4. Bunting 5th. Still Grosso on the hot seat back there, spot number 6. And young Tanner Van Doren way out in front, not looking back.
TBD, no challenge on him. He's got a strong running Wagner power plant under the hood of that car. 3-car battle now down the back. We've got Anthony Perego looking as the 84Y of Alex Yankowski drove by him on the outside, and Yankowski now moving into Neil Williams.
Tanner Van Doren don't know what he's missing back there. Really does not care to find out. Happy up in the number 1 spot. Williams 2nd, Yankowski 3rd right now. Perego is 4th, Bunting 5th, and then on the hot seat still remains Grosso, Laubach, and Franz not in a qualifying spot.
He'll have to go home and watch the Flow replay tomorrow. Taking the Bears Performance Warehouse, white flag, 1 lap to go. Tanner Van Doren's got the lead down the back straight right now. We've got the 0 Neil Williams and the 84Y of Alex Yankowski battling for second. We'll get the Sunoco checker on the 27 of Tanner Van Doren. Second spot will be Williams over Yankowski. Perego the last redraw spot, followed by Bunny and Brandon Grosso. Wow. Heat number 3, another action-packed event. And grabbing the win, the 27 TBD, Tanner Van Doren. Runner-up to the 0 of Neil Williams. 3rd, the 84Y, Alex Yankowski. 4th, the 4, Anthony Perego. They will go to the redraw. 5th, the 30 of H.J. Bunning. And 6th, the 32, Brandon Grosso. 18 are qualified, 6 from 3 heats. Mike Mahaney, Matt Shepard, and Tanner Van Doren are your heat race winners for the modifieds. Well, Tim, we've got 5 chances to do the same thing in the Sportsman.
Iceland Sportsman of the Speedway right now, and Izzy Trucking and Rigging Night on the pole will be the number 69 car from Loyal, Delaware, James Hill to the right side. On a Milford, Jared Millman, the 7J car. Second row, spot number 3, Zach Weller from Georgetown, the 1 machine. His running mate will be out of South Plainfield, the 29, Matt Hillary. Third row, spot number 5. He won last night here at the Speedway. The 37 of Brian Papiez to the outside, the 4 car on a Cream Ridge, Steve Davis. 4th row, spot number 7, the 30 of Robert Teat out of Southampton. His running mate will be Justin Zook out of Milford in the 142. All by himself back there on road number 5.